Game 2 of this doubleheader, starting right now as Ryan Vogel leads off for the Collegians. Third pitch in there for strike two, 1-2 count coming up for Vogel. Vogel coming off a strong performance in the first game of this doubleheader with a solo shot to left field. 1-2 pitches in. This one's tipped foul. Bit of a sidearm throw from the Generals pitcher, Liverent. That is number 2, Austin Liverent on the mound. This pitch catches the left elbow of Ryan Vogel as he takes his base. That brings up the designated hitter for this matchup, John Gazdar.
John.
Vogel, after a wild pitch from Liverent, will advance to second base. Gazdar sitting on a 1-0 count coming up. Gazdar, 2 for 3 in the first game this afternoon. Had an RBI single and had a double as well. Pitch hits Gazdar, and so back-to-back hitters, Austin Liverent hits to put runners on first and second for the left-handed hitter, first baseman Brady Miguel. Runners on first and second. Vogel on second, Gazdar on first. Brady Miguel, excuse me, he's playing shortstop for this one. He played first base in the previous matchup. That pitch is outside, ball 1. One-zero pitch coming up from Miguel. Miguel 3 for 4 earlier today as this 1-0 pitch is outside. Miguel with a pair of infield singles and then had another single into the outfield. Also grounded out but had an RBI on the ground out. So strong day so far from Miguel as the 2-0 pitch comes up. This is a off-speed pitch. Goes high for ball 3. Three-0 count coming up. Runners on first and second. No outs in the top of the first. This pitch got to the edge of the zone, and Miguel was on his way to first base, but the ump calls it strike 1, so 3-1 count. Collegians thought the bases were about to be loaded, but Miguel has to step back into the box for 3-1 pitch from Liverent. Liverent look over his right shoulder into his windup, and this one, no question, is a ball, as that loads up the bases quickly, bringing up the catcher, Garrett Fisher. Garrett Fisher playing catcher for this second matchup. Did not play first of the doubleheader. That was Lane Oliphant behind the plate. As Liverent, 2 hit by pitches and a walk to start his outing. Catches Fisher swinging on this first pitch for strike 1. Bases are loaded, still no outs. 0-1 pitch coming up. One is high, off-speed pitch. Ball 1. One pitch from Liverent coming up. this one is backed foul on the Generals dugout. Fisher with some good contact, just hooked that one a little bit as a 1-2 count comes up. Liverent looking to get the signal. Goes in, look over his right shoulder at Gazdar on second, into windup, and he gets Fisher swinging for strike number 3. So bases are loaded. Liverent with a much-needed strikeout. This one scoreless. And that is the first out of the inning. That brings up number 4, Jackson Chatterton, playing second base in this one. He was the designated hitter in the previous matchup. First pitch, catches the bottom corner of the zone, strike 1. Chatterton, designated hitter in the last game, a decent outing with 2 RBIs. 3 RBIs on an RBI double and an RBI single as this pitch. A little wild and outside, but the catcher, Ryan Bermer, is able to stop that one from going past. Any pass ball would surely score Ryan Vogel, who's leading off from third for the Collegians. 1-1 count with 1 out. 1 low and outside again, ball 2. This one starting around 5:15 after a 8 o'clock first matchup. And this one just grazes the right shoulder of Chatterton. And he will take his base. And that brings home Ryan Vogel for the first run of this second game. That makes it 1-0. Another early Collegians lead as the second baseman, Sean D, comes up to the plate. Sean D playing third base in this matchup, played second base in the first one. Had an RBI single late. A 7-run 5th inning for the Collegians. First pitch. Outside for ball 1. Bases are loaded. Only 1 out. Garrett Fisher the lone out on that strikeout, but bases are loaded. Gazdar at third. As this one is smacked deep into left field. One just goes foul. Good contact from John D there. That brings up 1-1. One low, Vermeer able to stop that from going past. On deck is the left fielder, Nick Upstill. Agents had a solid game swinging the bat as this one is high for ball 3 in the first matchup today. 13 runs, only giving up 2. Hitters for the Collegians certainly made life very difficult for the Generals pitchers as this one is shot into deep left center field. This one is going back and it's going to hit the wall. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. Chatterton comes home and that makes it 3 runs. So an RBI double for Sean D. And that scores 3 runs. Just like that, top of the first inning, Collegians have a 4-0 lead. Nick Up still batting a little later in the order than he's used to. He was second in the first game, but he found his way on base 4 times in that first game today. A nice single in the 5th inning. Liverent with a throw back to second to try and get Sean D. That one's not in time, as Upstill still awaits the first pitch. In the on-deck circle is Jake Given, first baseman, brother of Zach Given, who started for the Collegians previous matchup. Pitch from Liverent is low. For ball 1. Still only 1 out. Sean D leading off at second base. This one is grounded to second. Up still will not be able to meet the throw, but not be able to beat the throw. Sean D will advance to third base as Jake Given, the first baseman, comes up to the plate. Two outs, but a runner on third for Jake Given. Jake Given playing first base, also plays catcher. Given attended Monarch High School in Louisville, Colorado. Currently attends the University of Massachusetts with his brother, Zach. 1-0 pitch. This one outside again. Ball 2. Slight breeze coming in here. We are in Lakewood, Colorado, in southwest Denver. Denver Christian High School, the home for the Denver Generals this summer. 2-0 pitch is in. Given hesitates on the swing there, but that one is in the strike zone for strike 1. 2-1 count. Very hot day. A little bit of cloud cover. Blocked the heat a little bit, but still almost reaching triple digits as this one is lined into left field. The Generals cannot handle it there. Sean D will score. Given will get to second base. That increases the lead to 5-0. That ball was hit pretty hard and had the left fielder for the Generals on his toes going back there. That one is not going to be called an error as just went off the glove, the left fielder there. Runner on second, Jake Given, as we get to the bottom of the order for the right fielder, Justin Francis, who takes that first pitch in for strike 1. Jake Given leading off a bit at second. Nice RBI double for him. As on deck is Vogel, back to the top of the order. Francis almost swings at that one, but pulls back as it's way outside for ball 1. Look over his right shoulder as Liverent goes into his windup. This one low and outside, ball 2. Liverent on the 2-1. One outside again, ball 3. Generals pitcher struggled a little bit in the first game as well. Swinging the bat well. Also taking advantage of walks and hit by pitches that come in. That one outside, ball 4. As that'll put 2 runners on with 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the order. Right-handed hitter, Ryan Vogel. Ryan Vogel got on base earlier in the inning from a hit by pitch. On deck for him right now is John Gazdar. Liverent going to try and get out of this first inning as his first pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Update from Coors Field as the Rockies finish off a sweep of the San Diego Padres with an 8-7 victory. Charlie Blackmon with an RBI single to end that one. Rockies continue to play decent at home, just cannot get the road record under control. As a 1-1 count's coming up from Liverent. Whose windup this pitch is low and outside, ball 2. Two-1 for Vogel. Leading off at second is Given. This one thrown behind Vogel for ball 3. Firmer, the catcher, able to handle it though as it doesn't go past. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Leverant on the 3-1. Breaking ball is in for strike 2. Collegians will be home Friday for a doubleheader against Thunder Academy, and then Saturday for a game against the NoCo Roughnecks. As a 3-2 pitch is up, and Vogel reaches for this one. This one is shot into shallow right and is handled easily by the Generals, but not before 5 runs are scored by the Collegians in the opening inning. And another early lead as the righty Carter Henninger gets ready to get on the mound. So 5-0 Collegians lead as we head into the bottom of the first. We'll be right back from Denver Christian. Welcome back, bottom of the first. As Carter Henninger comes up to the mound. First pitch to Ely Sue is shot to third base. Sean D handles that one. Throw to first is in time. And Given is able to get his foot on the bag there for out number 1. Henninger with a strong outing last Wednesday against the Fort Collins Bandits, so he is 1-0 on the year. Also had a strong outing the week before against the Bandits. As early out number 1. General show bunt. Henninger to that quick, but cannot handle it. And Generals get an early runner on base. That is K. Douglas on the bunt.
Catcher number 8, Ryan Vermeer.
The catcher, Ryan Vermeer, left-handed hitter, comes up to the plate with K. Douglas on first. Henninger, quick windup. This is a fastball, strike 1. Henninger throws a lot of fastballs. Certainly be looking to get that going as he starts this one. A look over his left shoulder into the windup on the 0-1. This one is sent into shallow center. It will drop for a single from Ryan Vermeer, and that puts 2 runners on with 1 out.
Number 7, Charlie Hilger.
And Charlie Hilgers, the left-handed hitter, will come up to the plate. Charlie Hilgers got a late homer in the first matchup. A little bit too late. Made the game 13-2, but still a good hit there as he'll try to continue off his success from the first game. Henninger, another fastball in just outside the zone for ball 1. One-0 pitch coming up. Runners on first and second. Henninger with a look towards second at K. Douglas as he goes into his windup. Another fastball, strike 1. It's already a strong start to Mile High Collegiate Baseball League play. Only one loss coming against their fellow Boulder team, Boulder 14ers, at home last Sunday. They'll get 2 more games against them to try and avenge themselves, as that third pitch is in ball 2. 2-1 pitch. One is low. Runner goes to third, and that throw is in time. Great throw from Fisher to third base, and K. Douglas had no chance as Sean D tagged him out. Ryan Vermeer will advance to second base on that, but that makes it 2 outs. Runner on second. Still, Charlie Hilgers at the plate. 3-1 pitch is chopped foul behind the Generals dugout. Brings up full count. Not too deep of a field here from Denver Christian. 370, the deepest point in center field, as Carter prepares for the 3-2, and this one is tipped foul. At bat alive. Carter preparing himself to attend San Jose State University in the fall for his freshman year. Just graduated a few weeks back before coming out to Boulder and playing for the Collegians this summer. 3-2 pitch coming up. Carter into his windup, and this one is shot foul from Hilgers. Carter Henninger, not too many breaking balls yet. Goes with the fastball is what he's good at as he prepares for the 3-2, and this one just misses the outside of the zone, ball 4. So that puts another runner on. 2 outs, though. Runners on first and second. Coming up to the plate is
baseman number 12, Parker Dorrance.
Parker Dorrance. Parker Dorrance, only 2 at-bats. Previous game. Went 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. First pitch is inside, almost grazes the left cheek of Durant, but Fisher handles that. That makes it ball 1. Turf field here from Lakewood. Pitch catches the inside of the zone for strike 1. As I said, cloud cover made the heat a little more bearable as temperatures were looking to reach the triple digits here in the metro area. 1-1 pitch coming up. This is sent into shallow center, and Vogel is able to make the running grab to retire the side. So Carter Henninger, a good first inning from him. No runs scored, and the Legions, after a really dominant top of the first inning, take a 5-0 lead into the top of the second. We'll be right back from Lakewood. Back in Lakewood, Colorado, as we into the top of the second, John Gazdar, the designated hitter, comes up to the plate to lead off for the Collegians. Anthony Castro, new pitcher for the Generals, comes in. First fastball from him is high for ball one. Collegians got through the whole lineup in that first inning and then went to Ryan Vogel. As we are now at the second batter in the order, which is the designated hitter, Gazdar. To account, Anthony Castro replacing Austin Liverant, who had 5 runs scored on him in the top of the first. Castro, low off-speed pitch there, catches Gazdar swinging for strike number 1. Castro warming up earlier. Looked like he was going to come in and relieve. I don't think he expected to come in this early, as this fastball is up and inside for ball 3. So 3-1 count. Legion's up 5-0. Looking to get a pair of wins here from Denver Christian High School. 3-1 pitch from Castro. This one got to the edge of the zone. Gazdar thought it was a ball, but that'll bring up full count. Gazdar sends this one into deep left. That one's going back and no shot. That one is out of here. So a solo leadoff home run from Gazdar. And that is his first of the season. That increases the Collegians' lead to 6-0. You can tell fired up about that one as Brady Miguel comes up to the plate.
Yeah.
That ball had no chance. That thing was out of here. Gazdar knew that thing was out of here the second he made contact with it. So that brings up shortstop Miguel, as Castro comes in with some heat on this first pitch, this at-bat for strike number 1. No outs, top of the second. Legions with a commanding 6-0 lead as the second fastball is in for strike 2. Castro dotting the edge of the zone with some fastballs here on Miguel. Pitchers know Miguel is a dangerous hitter. Also a dangerous runner on the base path, as another fastball is in, but Miguel chips this one down the left field line and keeps the at-bat alive. Oh, 0-2 pitch from Castro. This one is grounded to second. And that one is thrown to first. And it is in time for the out, but General's a little lazy on the infield, taking a little bit of time as Miguel almost outruns the throw there. But that one is in time as Garrett Fisher, the catcher, comes up to the plate. Garrett Fisher 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in the first inning. One out. Castro's first pitch is true right down the middle for strike 1. Oh, 1 count. This one's sent deep down the left field line. This one just goes foul. Right-handed hitters for the Collegians here. Hitting these balls well down, deep into left field. Gazdar with a nice home run earlier in the inning, and Fisher barely. That one goes foul. 0-2 pitch from Castro. This one outside for ball 1. Castro with some nice fastballs here. Not pitching bad, just Gazdar able to get the best of him there. 1-2 pitches in, and he catches Fisher swinging. Strike 3. So Fisher strikes out for the second time as the lefty Jackson Chatterton comes up to the plate. Chatterton out of Bradley University, a dangerous left-handed hitter. That pitch is in. Strike 1. So Castro coming in and having some success finding the strike zone. As he is up on a 0-1 count. 1. Outside ball number 1. Collegians prepare for their first road trip of the year next week as they head to Hays, Kansas on the Hays Larks. Two 7 p.m. starts there in Kansas on Tuesday and Wednesday night. Chatterton, hard hit ball to second, and Generals cannot come up with that one. As number 22, Brandon Huffman, struggles to pick up that one, which was grounded hard to him, but nonetheless a single for Chatterton. Looks like it's being ruled an error for Generals as Sean D comes up to the plate. Sean D with a 3 RBI double in the first inning. As first fastball, he not looking, strike 1. Runner on first, that's Jackson Chatterton. 1 run scored here in the top of the 6th off a single home run. 1-run home run from John Gazdar. This one is shot into right field. Hard hit ball there. Chatterton's going to look to go 3, but he stays at second after the right fielder for the Generals had a decent throw to third. So Chatterton will stay at second. Sean D with a single, second hit of the evening, and Nick Upstill, the left-handed hitter, will come up to the plate. Upstill 0 for 1 today. 0 for 1 in this game, as he grounded out earlier. Castro with runners on first and second, but 2 outs, going to try and get out of this inning with only 1 Collegians run scored. Takes a look at second base. Chatterton leading off. Castro into his quick windup. This one inside. Ball 1. Upstill takes a step outside. Light breeze coming in. It's a warm breeze, but up and cool off the heat a little bit as some of the cottonwoods is flying around here in southwest Denver. Castro look to second. Second pitch is in. This one's low, ball 2. Castro gets ready for this third pitch as this one's outside again, ball 3. Nick Upstill, the left-handed hitter, up to bat. He's playing left field today, but young man out of Huntington Beach, California, playing at San Francisco State. Did not have a season this year, as did many of his teammates who are on the Collegians with him. So, as expected, all of them very anxious to get out, play some ball this summer after not having a spring season. 3-0 pitch coming up for Castro. This one, that's the edge of the zone. Strike 1. Upstill was on his way to first there, but once again, the ump brings the Collegians back into the batter's box. As a 3-1 pitch count comes up. 2 outs, only 1 run scored in this one, but Collegians with a commanding 6-0 lead. Castro with a look to second as he goes in, and this one's high and outside, ball 4. And this time, Upstill can take his base as he travels to first. And that will load up the bases for Jake Given. Jake Given 1 for 1 on the day with RBI double. Generals manager and the infield gonna go and meet up with their pitcher at the mound. Want to take this second to remind you that all Collegians home runs are sponsored by Home Run Heating and Air. So that solo shot from Gazdar earlier in the inning, proudly sponsored by Home Run Heating and Air. For all your heating and HVAC needs, go to Home Run Heating and Air. Strong breeze coming in now. Jake Given, the right-handed hitter. First pitch, got to the edge of the zone, strike 1. Bases are loaded, 2 outs, as Given will look to bat in a few more runs. Oh, 1. This one high and outside. Chatterton will go home and he will slide in and he is safe. So a second run scores for the Collegians in this inning. That makes it 7-0. That will advance both runners to second and third. 1-1 count for Jake Given. In the on-deck circle to round out the order, once again for the Collegians is Justin Francis, playing right field in place of AJ Rucco. His fastball just outside, ball 2. Two 1, 2 outs, runners on second and third for the Collegians as this pitch is off the knee of the catcher Vermer, but he's able to handle it, and Sean D will stay at third base. With that last run, that's the 20th run of the day for the Collegians. So great offensive outing for them so far. Still only the top of the second in this second game of the doubleheader between them and the Generals. 3-1 pitch coming up for Castro into his windup. This one is grounded to short. Slow grounder. And that will bring Sean D home for the 8th run for the Collegians. And shortstop Lee Sue will not even try to get that one to first. And that bats in another run as Given gets his second RBI of the game. That will also advance Upstill to third base and put runners on the corners for the right-handed hitter Justin Francis. Justin Francis will walk in the first inning as he takes this first pitch swinging, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch for Castro, still sticking with some fastballs. This one is thrown in inside, strike 2. Castro not pitching too bad, but a few 2-out runs coming in for the Collegians. And it's just adding more to this Boulder lead as the 0-2 pitch comes up, and this one is high for ball 1. Collegians doing a great job not leaving too many runners stranded. Bases loaded earlier in the inning, and they were able to capitalize. As this one is sent deep into right field, going back, and that one is caught on the warning track for out number 3. But not before 3 more runs score for the Collegians, and they take an 8-0 lead heading into the bottom of the second inning. Carter Henninger will return to the mound for Boulder as he looks to continue his shutout. We'll be right back from Lakewood.
Bottom of the second. For number 11, Will Smith.
Back in Lakewood, Colorado, as the right-handed hitter, Will Smith, left fielder, comes up to the plate for the Generals. Carter Henninger back on the mound for Boulder. One shutout inning from him so far as he goes first pitch in the bottom of the second. Catches Smith swinging strike one. Oh, 1 count. Carter through his progressions. This one outside, ball one. Switch around the infield a bit for this second matchup. Don D playing second, now playing third. Brady Miguel playing first, now at short. Jackson Chatterton, who was a designated hitter, is now at second. And Jake Given comes in for his first time today at first base as this pitch for strike two, and Henninger will look to get his first strikeout of on a 2 pitch. Henninger threw his windup. This one just misses the zone for ball 3, and that brings up a full count for Will Smith. Three-two count coming up. Carter Henninger. This one is smacked to second base. Chatterton able to handle that with ease, and he throws the ball to first and gets Smith out for out number 1 in the bottom of the second. That brings up number 22, Brandon Huffman.
Brandon Huffman.
Huffman, his first at-bat of the day. General's going with a much different lineup here in the second game. Collegians with a few new faces in the lineup, but mostly just switching around some positions. The first pitch is outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch from Henninger coming up. This one, got back to the backstop. Bring up 1-1. As we stated earlier, Collegians off to a excellent start in Mile High Collegiate Baseball League play. Their first year in the league. Rocky Mountain Baseball League for 8 years, as this one is in for strike 2. One, two. Henninger getting the signal. Deep breath from him as he goes into his windup, and that one is right into the strike zone. Strike 3, and Henninger with his first strikeout of the day
Number 25.
for out number 2 here in the bottom of the second. So Henninger with some smooth pitches there. Bring up the left-handed hitter, number 25, Josh Therix. One 0 pitch, 2 outs. Therix digs for that one, bounces off the backstop, and that brings up a 1-1 count. 1-1 from Henninger. Therix goes on that one. That brings up a 1-2 count. So Henninger with 2 outs will look to close out this one and go for another scoreless inning. As the 1-2 pitch is up in his windup, and that one catches right arm of Therix, and he will take his base. That puts the first runner on here in the bottom of the second for the Generals.
Number 9, John Votal.
As number 9, the designated hitter, John Votal, comes up to the plate. John Votal playing designated hitter in this game after playing 6 innings at catcher in the earlier matchup. First pitch from Henninger is in. That is ball 1. One 0. Henninger looks back to first. Throws, tries to get Therix slipping a little bit. One 0 pitch. This one's chopped foul. Therix looked like he was looking to go 2. "6 p.m. is the time here. Bottom of the second inning and the second of this doubleheader. 1-1 pitch. That's a breaking ball for strike 2. One 2 from Henninger. One sliced out near the Collegians dugout. Goes foul. That keeps the at-bat alive, 1-2. 2 outs. Henninger looking to possibly get another strikeout as he takes a look over his left shoulder. Number 9, Josh Votal, up to the plate. Henninger threw his progression, and this one is lined into center, handled easily from Ryan Bogle, and that will retire the side. So, no hits for the Generals in that one. Theirs does get hit by a pitch, but the Legions continue with their strong defense in these 2 games as they head into the bottom or the top of the third inning, leading 8-0. We'll be right back from Lakewood. Back to the top of the order for the Collegians as Ryan Vogel will lead off here in the top of the third inning. Anthony Castro will stay in the game for the Generals. Vogel swinging hard on that first one, but it goes foul. Vogel with a home run in the first matchup. A single shot at the top of the fifth inning, which led to 7 more runs being scored later in that inning, helping the Collegians en route to a 13-2 win. 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Castro around going through his windup. This 1-1 pitch is fastball up and high, ball 2. Castro looking to find the corners of the zone with some fastballs here. And Ryan Vogel gets set for this 2-1 pitch. Vogel slices at this one, and it bounces foul 2-2. Vogel asks for time. Ready and set for this 2-2 pitch. Castro on the 2-2. This one is in and stop. Foul to the backstop. That keeps the at-bat alive. Collegians, as we stated earlier, only their second away stint of the season. So only the second time they've worn these away baby blue uniforms. Home white uniforms they wear at Scott Carpenter Park as this one goes past and brings up a full count. Full count coming up for Ryan Vogel. Vogel, an excellent hitter for the Collegians. One of their best. Perhaps for this 3-2 pitch, and he swings at this one, and it goes foul again. Something different about being here at Denver Christian is normally when balls go foul at Scott Carpenter Park, a lot of little kids are running around after those balls looking to pick them up and hopefully get them signed by some of the players or return them to SB Street Eats. Here, not as many little kids. It's a 3-2 count. This one's high, ball 4. Ump's looking to see if he swung. He did not, and that will put a runner on first base for the designated hitter, John Gazdar here. Runner on first as Castro tries to catch him slipping a little bit. And that one is called for a balk as Vogel will move up to second base. And that puts a runner in scoring position with no outs for the right-handed hitter, John Gazdar. Gazdar normally playing shortstop or second base in the infield for the Collegians, but played that earlier. Now is just designated hitter. Gazdar with a solo shot, second inning, as this pitch is in for strike 1. Gazdar struggled a little bit to start the season hitting-wise, but in the last few games has really found his rhythm, and that can really be shown by that home run. You can see he hit that one with confidence. As the 0-1 pitch comes up, as Castro takes a look over his right shoulder. 0-1. Castro with a look at Vogel on second base, who's leading off. This one is in, and Gazdar swings this one back to the backstop again. You can just see he has newfound confidence after that home run he had in the last inning. Knows what he's capable of. So this is great to see from Gazdar as the 0-2 approaches from Castro. Castro on the 0-2. This one outside, goes off the glove of Vermeer, but stays in front of him. That is ball one. 1-2 pitch coming up. Castro taking a look at home plate. He gets ready to go through his progressions with a runner on second base, no outs. Runner on second base is Ryan Vogel, young man out of Bradley University. 1-2 pitch coming up. Gazdar shoots this one to third and just goes under the glove of number 12, Brandon Huffman, or Parker Durant. So Parker Durant's playing third for the Generals. That one just goes under his glove. That one is going to be called for an error. That hit from Gazdar advances Vogel to third base, puts runners on the corner for the left-handed hitter, Brady Miguel. Brady Miguel getting set for this first pitch. He sets in the batter's box and watches that one go through as that one is in for strike number one. No outs. Collegians having some success getting on base to start the third inning here. Castro ready to go into his 0-1 windup. This one way inside, almost clips the right elbow of Brady Miguel, but is called for ball one, 1-1. One pitch. Castro with a look at third. Look over his left shoulder as he goes into his windup. This one is a low pitch, Miguel. They'll get that one a little bit and is caught swinging. Strike two. One-two pitch, runners on the corners, no outs. Collegians lead 8-0 in the top of the third. Second of this doubleheader with the Generals. Pitch is in. This one is shot foul down the first base line. Legion's pitching doing a very good job these last three games. No runs given up against the Cannons last Friday. 2 runs in the first of this game. 0 runs so far. And on top of that, they are swinging the bat well. 13 runs in the last 2 games and 8 already. Top of the third here. This one is high for ball 2. Brady Miguel playing short this season, this game. Most of the season either as a designated hitter or at first base. This pitch is in, and he rakes this one into center field. That will score Vogel, and that tacks on another run. 9-0, the Collegians lead. Gazdar will advance to second. That puts 2 runners on. Runners on first and second as the catcher, Garrett Fisher, comes up to the plate. And after 2 strikeouts for him, you know he wants to get in on the fun and get some contact on the ball and get on base, something he knows he's capable of. Garrett Fisher, catcher, playing at the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley. First pitch is a fastball high, ball 1. One-0 pitch. Fisher looks to get some contact. This one's shot foul. Brings up a 1-1 count. Still no outs. Legions get a run in. this inning. They have scored a run in every inning so far. 5 in the first, 3 in the second, and now 1 in the third. 1-1 pitch coming up from Castro in relieving. Nice pitch there as catches Fisher. Strike 2. Fisher from Fort Collins, Colorado, playing his collegiate baseball not too far from home in Greeley, about a 20 to 30 minute drive from Fort Collins. As this third pitch is low, but he catches Fisher swinging strike 3, so that is the first out of the inning as Jackson Chatterton comes up.
Jackson.
Chatterton hit by pitch in the first inning, got on base from an error in the second. We'll look to possibly get Gazdar home as ball is low and outside for ball 1. Gazdar is at second. At first base, that is Brady Miguel. Surprised we didn't see Miguel or Gazdar try to steal on that last at bat from Fisher. Collegians normally very active on the base path. This one looks like it makes contact with Chatterton, but looks like it did not. That one got pretty close to the right knee of Chatterton, but ball just goes past as Gazdar and Miguel do advance forward right as I'm saying that. I'm surprised they hadn't yet. So runners in scoring position on second and third. Chatterton, excellent hitter. Does have a few home runs under his belt this year already, as this fastball is high for ball 3. So 3-0 count. Chance to load the bases if Chatterton does walk on this. In the on-deck circle is Sean D. Pitch. Castro with a look to third. He goes into his windup. This one is shot to first base, and a great catch from Therix there. Therix had a few. Therix came in that last matchup and pitched a little bit for the Generals. Is now on first base, but great diving grab from him on a line drive hit from Chatterton. That is the second out of the inning. On D, a double and a single so far. As the Collegians have 9 runs, we're almost through the Collegians order once more. Castro gets the signal, 1-0 count. Runners on second and third. That's Brady Miguel on second, Gazdar on third. This pitch outside, caught by Vermer. Ball 2. Duo coming up. Castro can look to dot the strike zone a little bit, as he was doing earlier. 2-0. That one is true right down the middle. Strike 1. Two-one pitch coming up from Castro. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. He is caught swinging there. Gazdar looked to go home. He stayed. That brings up 3-1 for Sean D. On deck for him is Nick Up still. Sean D with 4 RBIs already today. As the 3-1 pitch is in, and this one is right to third base. Handled easily from the Generals, and that will retire the side. So the Legions leave another 2 runners on, but they do get 1 in. They extend their lead to 9-0. Go into the bottom of the third inning. Collegians with the commanding 9-0 lead here from Lakewood, Colorado. We'll be right back. Back in Lakewood, Colorado. Bottom of the third inning, back to the top of the order for Generals as Elisu shoots one into deep right field. This one will drop. Elisu looks to go two. He will get there with ease and a leadoff double from Elisu.
Number 4, K. Douglas.
As he looks to get some momentum going for this Generals team that is in desperate need of some offense. Brings up the right fielder, K. Douglas. K. Douglas got on base from an error. Carter Henninger staying on the mound. Still no runs given up from him. He takes a look at second base. Goes through his windup, and this one is outside for ball one. One 0. This one right down the middle, strike one. Carter Henninger with a good start to his year so far. One pitch. Just missed the zone, ball two. One pitch as he takes a look at second. He's wind up this one way low and outside, ball three. Carter Henninger heavy on the fastballs. Very hard thrower. When he comes in and relieves, they usually only keep him in for an inning or two. Throws so hard. He's been mixing in a few breaking balls today as throws that fastball in for strike two, and that brings up a full count. Three-two pitch. That one called for ball four. K. Douglas will take his base. That puts two runners on early in the top of the third for the Generals.
Vermeer.
Henninger with a look over his right shoulder. He goes into his windup. This one is chopped to second base. Chatterton tags one and gets two there. Looks like he may have missed the tag on the base path. K. Douglas run into second base there as Chatterton picked up that grounder. It looked like Chatterton had reached out and gotten the tag there and then gotten the out at first, but K. Douglas stays on second. Looks like Chatterton missed the tag. So
fielder number 7, Charlie Hilger.
The Collegians do get one out, but both runners advance. puts runners in scoring position on second and third for Charlie Hilgers. Charlie Hilgers, a walk the first inning as he chops this one to second base. Chatterton will throw this one to first, but that will get Ely Sue home. That'll put a run on the board for the Generals as shutout is given up for Henninger. Collegians still with a strong lead, 9-1. They do give up a run there as they get the force out at first to bring up 2 outs. Only one runner left on base for the Generals. That is Cade Douglas at third as Henninger's first pitch is true and in the strike zone for strike 1. 2 outs. Henninger will look to get out of this one as there is a runner in scoring position. So 1 pitch. Fastball is chopped to first base. Given does a great job handling that fast-paced grounder to first base. That will retire the side. And so 1 run scores for the Generals as they get a little offense going. Ely Sue with a leadoff double for them, helping them get some momentum. We head into the top of the 4th inning, second of this doubleheader. Collegians lead 9-1. We'll be right back from Lakewood. Top of the 4th inning as we're back here from Lakewood, Denver Christian High School. Collegians give up a run in the bottom of the 3rd, but still retain their 9-1 commanding lead. Anthony Castro for the Generals stays on the mound as the left-handed hitter Nick Upstill comes up to the plate to lead off top of the 4th. Approaching 6:30 p.m., a cool breeze going over Southwest Denver here as Upstill is caught swinging on a low pitch there, strike 1. I want to remind anyone who did not hear Home Run Derby that was originally scheduled for this Saturday before the game against the NoCo Roughnecks has been postponed. That one is in and Upstill swinging for strike 2. There is a field conflict with the Boulder 14ers who do have a game right before that, so Home Run Derby will be made up at a later date. So stay tuned on all Boulder Collegians social media pages. If you know anyone who would like to compete in a home run, please contact any of us here. Pitch is in for ball 2. Two count coming up. No outs for the left-handed hitter. Nick Upstill at the plate. 2-2 pitch from Castro. Upstill smacks this one into deep right field, and it's going to drop. Upstill not stopping, and he's going to run to second, but he cannot make it there as the Generals get that throw to the shortstop, Ely Sue. And That is out number 1. So up still. Maybe got a little ahead of himself, trying to go 2 there. A nice hit as it dropped into shallow right. But the Generals do a great job of fielding that one and throwing it to second. Getting the first out. Given comes up to the plate. This one is shot to left field and barely goes foul. That one looked like it was going to maybe stay in and would have surely been a double. But that brings up 0-1 for the first baseman, Jake Given. Jake Given 2 RBIs on the day with a double and a single. Him along with Sean D. They're both halfway to the cycle. 0-1 pitch with 1 out coming in. This one called strike 2. So Given early finds himself behind in the count. As Castro stays on the mound for the Generals here in the top of the 4th. He goes through windup. 0-2 Given gets contact on this one. It looks like it's going deep to right field. That one is out of play and goes foul. Keeps the at bat alive. Free admission to all Collegians games at Scott Carpenter Park. Feel free to bring you and your families out, as the Collegians are the premier baseball attraction in the Boulder area. 0-2 pitch, this one out of the zone for ball 1. Collegians have built a decent amount of popularity through the past 8 seasons. Matt Jensen revamped the team in 2013. No college team at the University of Colorado, so anyone that wants to catch collegiate baseball, Collegians are the team. Watch. Boulder 14ers also a team alongside the Collegians Mile High Collegiate Baseball League, sharing Scott Carpenter Park. One-two pitch coming up for Castro. Given sends this one into deep right center field. Center fielder looks to dive for that one. It drops. Given going to second. He'll get there safely. And a nice standing double from him. After he sent a few foul balls pretty deep. Gets one that goes fair, and that one just past the outstretched hands of the center fielder, Will Smith. That puts a runner in scoring position as we get down to the end of the order with right fielder Justin Francis coming up, young man out of Taft College. First pitch Given on second base, leading off. Francis shoots this one to second. Given found in a pickle. They get him out at third. Francis will be safe at first, but some nice infield play from the Generals. Take a runner out of scoring position and also bring it to 2 outs as we get back to the top of the lineup, and Ryan Vogel gets back to the plate. Two outs, runner on first. First pitch is outside, ball 1. One-0 pitch. Castro threw his windup. This one is shot into deep center field. This one's going way back, and this time Will Smith does come up with the play as he approaches the left center field fence there. And that retires the side. So for the first time, the Collegians do not get a run on the board in an inning as they go into the bottom of the 4th. Collegians still with a commanding 9-1 lead. As we go into the bottom of the 4th, we'll be right back from Denver Christian High School. Back in Lakewood, Colorado for the bottom of the fourth, leading off for the Generals is right-handed hitter Will Smith, the center fielder. He sends this one popped up into shallow center. Should play for Ryan Vogel, and it is for out number 1. Awkward setup here in the press box at Denver Christian High School. Trying to get the camera aligned to get both home plate and the pitcher's mound into the camera shot. But a lot of pulls on the backstop. So trying to work our way while also keeping the connection strong and keeping the wires out of the way. But first pitch from Henninger, in for ball 1. Second pitch from Henninger is in for strike 1. Third pitch coming up. This one right down the middle again. A breaking ball. Strike 2. One-two count coming up. Henninger threw his windup. This one outside, ball 2. Henninger doing a good job keeping runners from scoring. 2 pitch comes up. This one looks like it could have died at the edge of the zone, but it's called for ball 3. Henninger, some runners are getting on base, but nothing too dangerous, as only 1 run has been given up through 3. As the 3-2 pitch is coming up, this one shot foul. Full count coming up. Henninger goes through his windup, and that one is shot back. The at-bat alive. Three-two pitch coming in. This one right down the middle, strike 3, and he catches him looking. Number 22, Brandon Huffman, was on his way to first base, but Henninger
Now batting first baseman number 25.
with a solid pitch there to strike him out. And that'll certainly get his confidence going as we, for 25, Josh Therix comes up to the plate. Pitch is outside, ball 1. One-zero pitch. This one sliced by Therix. Low and goes foul. 1-1. One count, 2 outs. Therix swings at this one. That brings up 1 and 2. 1 and 2, 2 outs. Collegians looking to get out of another inning with no runs scored. Henninger doing a solid job here. Through 3 2/3. This pitch is in and sliced again. Foul. That keeps the at-bat alive. One-two pitch. Henninger threw his windup. This one catches him swinging. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning. Carter Henninger. Another shutout inning from him. Only 1 run was scored on him in the 3rd inning, but solid outing from him through 4. Only 1 run given up. Collegians with 9 on the board as they lead 9-1, entering top of the 5th inning. We'll be right back from Lakewood. Sorry for the delay there to start the top of the 5th inning. We worked to switch the camera angle up a little bit so you can better see home plate and the pitcher's mound. Gazdar led off for the Collegians and grounded to short for the 1st out of the inning. So that brings up the left-handed hitter, Miguel. Ball thrown inside, ball 1. Miguel with an RBI single on his previous at-bat. The on-deck circle is Garrett Fisher. Garrett Fisher, 3 strikeouts on the day so far. Going to look to get some production going. This one low. Hard to handle for Burmer. Anthony Castro staying on the mound. Starter for the Generals was Austin Liverant. Austin Liverant struggled a bit in the 1st inning, and Castro came in the 2nd. This one is shot deep into right field and goes foul. Two-one count coming up for the left-handed hitter, Miguel. Castro threw his windup. This one just misses the zone, all 3. Three-one pitch coming up. Burmer wants a word with his pitcher on the mound. Three-one. Pitch. Slice foul. Brings up a full count for Brady Miguel. Castro. 1 out for him and the Generals. Generals with a solid last few innings. Got out of the last inning with no runs scored for the first time in this one. Look to do the same here in the top of the 5th. Castro threw his windup this one. Hit foul towards the Collegians dugout. Warming up for the Collegians is Ian Isdale, looking to make his debut coming in. Warming up in the bullpen for the Generals is Ben Martin, as that one is in for strike number 3, and Castro gets Brady Miguel for out number 2. Garrett Fisher back up to the plate. On deck is number 4, Jackson Chatterton. 4th time through the order for the Collegians, as this pitch is fastball, dots the edge of the zone for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch for Castro. This one is popped up into deep second. That one easily caught from the Generals. And a quick 1-2-3 inning as the Generals really start to put together some solid defensive innings here and keep the Collegians off bases and off the scoreboard, as the lead is still 9-1 Collegians as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be right back from Lakewood. Back in Lakewood for the bottom of the 5th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Collegians. This is Ian Isdale making his season debut. First pitch is low for ball 1. He replaces Carter Henninger, who Goes 4 innings, only 1 run given up. Solid outing from him. As Isdale will look to help to close this thing out. This pitch is chopped to third. Mishandled by Sean D there, and batter John Votow will reach first.
Now batting shortstop number 5, Lee Sue.
Back to the top of the lineup. As the shortstop for the Generals, Ely Sue, comes up. Solid outing from him today on both sides of the ball. As Isdale goes into this one. That one low. Ball 1. Ian Isdale, local kid from Parker, Colorado, also plays ball up in Greeley along with the catcher right now, Garrett Fisher. So these two have a little bit of chemistry as 1-0 pitch is in, and this one is shot too short. Looks like they're going to try to turn 2. They turn 1. That brings up 1 out as Ely Sue gets to first successfully.
Now batting right fielder number 4, K. Douglas.
Brings up K. Douglas, left-handed hitter for the Generals with 1 out. 1 runner on first as Isdale looks back and tries to get Ely Sue, who is leading off a bit. First pitch in. That one, sweet pitch right down the middle, strike 1. Oh, 1 Isdale with a look to first. Goes through his progressions, and he catches him swinging there. Ball with a lot of movement on it. Brings up 0-2. 0-2 count, 1 out. Isdale threw his windup. This one. Strike 3, and a late call from the ump there. But he catches him looking.
Now batting catcher
And
number
some
8,
solid
Ryan
pitching
Vermeer.
to start the day from Ian Isdale. As he's coming back from injury. And he comes out here and he's pitching well. After not playing the first few weeks here for the Collegians. New batter up. This is number 8. Ryan Vermeer. Catcher. Still a runner on first, but 2 outs. Isdale looking to make this a quick inning. As the 1-0 pitch comes in, and this one catches the zone again. Isdale looks like he's going to that slider a little bit. As he gets ready for the 1-1, and this 1-1 is chopped down the first base line. Given gets the grounder and tags him right near first base for out number 3. So great work there from Ian Isdale to start for his debut this summer 2021 season for the Collegians. As we approach the bottom of the 5th inning, or the top of the 6th inning, excuse me, here in Lakewood, Colorado. We'll be right back. Back in Lakewood, Colorado, top of the sixth. A new pitcher on the mound. This is Ben Martin.
Number 4.
Jackson Chatterton, the left-handed hitter, leading off for the Collegians. Sun peaked out a little bit after a lot of cloud cover through first few hours of these doubleheader matchups. See the sun glistening there on the turf here at Denver Christian High School. 0-1 pitch coming up for Ben Martin. Ben Martin and going in as designated hitter in the first game. As Chatterton gets under this one, and this one is shot into right center field and handled easily by the Generals for out number 1.
Now batting third baseman, John D.
Don D, right-handed hitter. Third baseman comes up to the plate for Boulder. Two for 3 on the day for Sean D. Started off his day with a 3 RBI double, then had a single in the next inning. Held hitless ever since, as that one's in for ball 1. And this next pitch is high for ball 2. We'll count this one. Smacked foul. Two one pitch, 1 out. One bounces off the dirt for ball 3. 3-1 coming up into his windout. Martin. He hits this one foul, bringing up full count. Three-two pitch, Martin into his windup, and that one is in for strike 3. John D does not agree with that one. And this ump seems to be going a little late on all of his strike 3 calls. So a lot of the time the hitter does not know whether it's strike 3 or a walk, especially on those full count pitches. But that one, Ben Martin strikes out Sean D for out number 2 as Nick Upstill comes up to the plate. One-0. Martin threw his progression, and fastball there catches it up, still swinging hard for strike 1. The on deck circle is Jake Given, who's having himself a very strong outing so far. 3 hits on the day for him. The 1-1. Popped up behind home plate. Firmer looks to maybe get on the end of that as this one. Shot foul and brings up 1-2. One-two count for the left-handed hitter Nick Upstill with 2 outs. Ben Martin looking for a 1-2-3 inning here as he's into his windup, and that one is low, ball 2. Two-two. That one is lined into right field, and it's going to drop for a nice base knock there from Upstill. So a 2-out single for the left-handed hitter Nick Upstill. That allows Jake Given to come up to the plate. First fastball is high, ball 1. Two outs up, still leading off a bit at first. Ben Martin looking to go through his windup. He goes in, and this one catches the strike zone for strike number 1. Nice off-speed pitch there. The 1-1. Catch is given swinging. 1-2 on deck. Round out the order is Justin Francis. One-two pitch coming in, and this one bounces off dirt, but Upstill will stay at first. Two. That one high and outside for ball 3. You never know with this ump. He takes a while to call these strike 3, so leaves everyone guessing on what the call is. As full count pitch coming up. That one is in for strike 3, and again, Given thought he had a walk there, but strike 3 for Ben Martin, a solid outing for him. Solid start to his outing, as he gets 3 outs, no runs scored, and we'll head into the bottom of the 6th inning from Lakewood. We'll be right back.
The Generals left fielder number 7, Charlie Hilger.
Bottom of the 6th, Ian Isdale will stay in the game for the Collegians, the southpaw thrower out of the University of Northern Colorado, and Hilger will come up to the plate for the Generals, as this first pitch is a breaking ball for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Isdale through his progressions. Second pitch, another slider, looks like it catches his own for strike 2. Oh, 2 count coming up. This one gets the right arm of Hilger, and he'll take his base. And so Isdale, 2 solid pitches with a lot of movement, get into an 0-2 count, but then on the third pitch,
Parker Dorrance.
he catches the right arm of Hilger. That puts a runner on base as the right-handed hitter, Parker Durance, comes up to the plate. Isdale throwing a fastball. This is the zone, though. Ball 1. One-zero. Isdale with a look to first, and he's into his windup. That one right down the middle, strike 1. One. That one dots the edge of the zone again. Strike 2. Doesn't look like we'll need the lights tonight. 7:08 p.m. currently as we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Only 7 innings are going to be played here for these doubleheader matchups. As the 1-2 count is chopped to third. Don D throws this one to second. They try to turn 2, and the throw to first is not in time, but the Collegians do get 1 at second. That captures the
number 11, Will Smith.
First out. And right-handed center fielder will come up to the plate, Will Smith. Isdale with the pitch. This one low and out for ball 1. Fisher tries to bring that one up a little bit to bring it back into the strike zone, but called for a ball as the 1-0 pitch. Isdale goes back to first. Not catch. Runner there. One-0. Smith smacks that one foul. For strike number 1. One count. Isdale with a look to first. He goes into his windup. Catches him swinging for strike 2. Isdale the 1-2. Catches him swinging. Strike 3. Isdale throwing a variety of pitches at these hitters.
Brandon Huffman.
And off to a great start in his season debut. First pitch, another breaking ball, strike 1. Isdale recovered from injury, has been rehabbing the last few weeks on that, and looks like he's well rested for this one as he catches him swinging there. Strike 2. A lot of movement on these pitches. Also providing a lot of accuracy. So he will surely be an elite member of this already very strong Legion's pitching staff, pitching crew going forward. 0-2 pitch. That one low, called ball 1. Runner on first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Collegians lead 9-1 over the Denver Generals. Here from Denver Christian High School in Lakewood, Colorado. 1-2 pitch. That one outside. Ball 2. Two. That one called a ball again, so Brandon Huffman, the right-handed hitter for the Generals after being down 0-2, catches up and makes this a 3-2 count. He and Isdale will look to close out the inning here. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And another strikeout. Isdale, dominant from the mound, coming in as a reliever. And another strikeout there to end the inning. And you know he's excited to be back out there. As we head into the top of the 7th inning. Final inning of play. Collegians lead 9-1. We'll be right back from top of the 7th inning. Most likely will be the final inning of play here, as that ball is high for ball 1. Ben Martin remains on the mound for the Generals after a solid pitching performance in the previous inning from him. Justin Francis in for the Collegians to round out the order. Second pitch is low, ball 2. Into his windup, and this one is popped up in the infield to first base. And the Generals handle that one. That's number 25, Josh Thorax.
Number 1, Vogel.
Quick out number 1 as we head back to the top of the lineup. Ryan Vogel, right-handed hitter out of Bradley, stepping up to the plate. Ryan Vogel and Jackson Chatterton both competing in the Missouri Valley Conference, where Dallas Baptist competed. Both aware of how talented a squad Dallas Baptist is, and so it was no surprise to them. And they made their deep run in this year's tournament. Vogel pops this one up down the first base line. Drax comes up with another catch.
Hitter number 13.
To bring up out number 2.
Gazdar.
And we're back to the designated hitter, Gazdar. Just 2 outs. Ben Martin, Generals. Pitch from Martin outside, fastball, ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That one sinks into the strike zone for strike 1, 1-1 count. Another fastball high, ball 2. One pitch for Gazdar coming up. That one catches the top corner of the zone for strike 2. Two and two. Martin into his windup. This one grounded to short, handled easily, and thrown to first. So a nice 1-2-3 inning from the Generals as we head into the final at bat for the Generals here from Lakewood. We'll be right back from Denver Christian High School. Collegians lead 9-1.
General. First base for 25, Josh Barracks.
Josh Therix to lead off for the Generals in the bottom half of the seventh. Closing on the mound is Lucas Quezada, right-handed pitcher. Lucas Quezada, another pitcher out of San Francisco State. Therix swings at that one for strike one. 1-1 count. Quezada been someone that Tony Russo and the rest of the Collegian staff looks to late in games to close out. Nice little pitching rotation today with Henninger to start, Isdale to come in relieve, and Quezada in to close. 2-2. For the first baseman, Therix. Quezada into his rotation, and this one low and outside for ball 3. That brings up full count. Quezada looking to put the Generals away with an 8-run lead as this one is grounded to second. Batterton handles that one easily, throws to Given at first for out number 1. The Legions now just 2 outs away from another league win.
Number 9, John Votow.
John Votow comes up to the plate. DH for the Generals. Played catcher in the first game, as Quezada's first pitch is outside. One-0, that one sinks in for strike number 1. Nice pitch there from Quezada. One and one with 1 out. This one down the third base line. John D handles it. Throw to first, and it's a little high as Given comes off the bag. John D with great job running up and getting that one quick into his throwing arm, but just throws it a little high. The runner is safe at first.
Batting shortstop number 5, E. Lee Sue.
Shortstop Ely Sue comes up to the plate with a runner on first. 1 out. Quezada, the right-handed pitcher. Look over his left shoulder into his rotation. This one high for ball 1. One-0. Fastball high again, ball 2. Duo. Quezada quick wind up that one. Low, bounces off artificial dirt for ball 3. 3-0, Quezada will look over his left shoulder. Takes a deep breath and goes into his rotation, and this one looks like it dots the edge of the zone, but it's called for ball 4. So 4-pitch, walk.
Batting right fielder number 4, K. Douglas.
Advances Votow to second base, so runners on first and second, 1 out for the closer, Quezada. This pitch, low and outside, ball 1. The Legions, after such a strong defensive outing, 2 games in the doubleheader, want to end on a high note, up 9-1. Pitches in, smooth pitch there from Quezada for strike 1. He needed that one. Need to find his rhythm. Up to the plate right now is number 4, K. Douglas. Quezada on the windup. This one low and dots the edge of the zone. Strike 2. One and 2 count. with 1 out. Quezada's into his windup, swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Quezada with a great set of pitches there to strike out Douglas.
To number 8, Ryan Vermeer.
Ryan Vermeer up to the plate, the catcher, with 2 runners on, as Quezada will look to put the Generals away. First pitch is high, ball 1. One-0. Quezada into his windup. This one, fastball low, ball 2. We approach 7:30 here. Evening in Southwest Denver. A beautiful night as the sun starts to set over the Rocky Mountains. The game comes to a close. Quezada, another pitch, high, ball 3. Quezada into his windup. This one rounded to second. Chatterton comes up with it, gets the easy out at first, and that's the ball game. 9-1 Collegians win the second game of this doubleheader.
1, Collegian 9. Thank you all for coming out and safe trip home.
Collegians with 2 dominant wins, a 13-2 win in the first game of this doubleheader, and a 9-1 win in the second game. We want to thank everyone who tuned in for this live stream. Collegians with another 2 wins to add on to their league record. They head into the weekend with a pair of games against Thunder Academy on Friday from Scott Carpenter Park. Games will be at 5 and 7. And they will return to Scott Carpenter Park on Saturday as well for a 7 p.m. start against the NoCo Roughnecks. In the heat of league play here are the Collegians. We want to warn all our viewers that there may not be a live stream on Friday and Saturday, but that you can tune in on Game Changer and follow along with live stats. Please also follow along on our Twitter page for any more updates. As I stated earlier, Home Run Derby, which was originally scheduled for 5 p.m. prior to the Saturday matchup with the NoCo Roughnecks, has been postponed. The makeup date is still to be determined, but stay tuned for updates on that. And if you would like to enter the Home Run Derby or know someone that would like to enter the Home Run Derby, contact any of us here at the Boulder Collegians. That'll do it, though, from Lakewood. This game was